Hey everybody, Mark Herman, aka LA Bengals fan on most of the major platforms, and I'm joined here by super fans Heath Goldman, Devin Circus, and Jake Circus of the Jake Circus podcast. And this is the Week 6 preview of Jungle Talk. Who day? Who day? So coming off probably definitely our best game of the year. Just Heath and I were there. We can recap that on Sunday. We'll talk some more because I know you're limited on time. But just a real fun game to be at. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. It's all we ask. Just hit the bell on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, the bell for notifications, and hit the thumbs up. It helps us out in the analytics. And Jake, you do some great podcasts. Tell them where they can find your stuff.
Yeah, Jake Circus podcasts, Spotify and YouTube. Had a super busy week this week, so no pods Monday and Wednesday, but gambling pod Friday. I went 1-1, Mark. We finally got our first loss. Came on a pick six to backdoor it. Like, that's how we lose, right?
I sat there and I said, they're covering. And, and they even had a chance to go in and tie and that pick six was 49 great minutes. 49 great minutes. So
59 great minutes. 59. Well,
59 I am back minutes, with two.
I have two more this week. So
good.
Which we're going to go 2-0 this week.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll do what we usually do, talk to things we don't feel good about, things we're feeling good about, and then we'll make our predictions. I can get us started off right away. I mean, I don't like the fact they're coming off a bye. You get Pete Carroll 2 weeks to prepare for us, and he just got to sit back and just watch film for a week. That doesn't make me happy. I mean, we already saw, Vrabel had his team ready. Pete Carroll's going to have this team ready. This is a good team. This team came back against Detroit. You take away that hiccup in week 1 against the Rams, and this team they're formidable. They've got DK Metcalf, they've got Tyler Lockett, they can run with Kenneth Walker. They've got 3 tight ends that can all catch the ball. We saw on Sunday when the people we had trouble covering was a tight end. So those are things I don't feel good about. What's that?
We've always had trouble covering the tight end.
Yeah. So those that's what I'm throwing out there. Those are things I'm not feeling good about going into this week.
One thought I had on that, because all week is thinking about this game, my thought has always been Seattle defense scares me. Seattle defense scares me. They looked unbelievable Monday night. Go back and retrace it throughout the season. And first off, it was against the Giants, and it was Daniel Jones on Monday Night Football, which is the same as Jay Cutler, Tony Romo back in the days on Monday Night Football, Kirk Cousins, perennial.
Dalton had his head.
I wasn't going to say it. I knew one of you would jump in.
Yeah.
But throw out the Giants game, and they've given up points. They gave up 30 in week 1. They gave up, I got it right here. They went to overtime with the Lions, gave up 30. They gave up 30 points to the Carolina Panthers. And, I don't know what that means. You mentioned Pete Carroll coming off a bye. Flip side of that, what did we show them last week? A lot of Jamar. No mystery there. And There's nothing on tape that's useful to anybody the first 3 weeks of the season, first 2 weeks of the season. So, who knows? That's my counterpoint, that maybe there's not enough there to study. And, it sounds like T. Higgins, it's just pain management, similar to last week. Who knows if he's ready to go? And, by all accounts, Joe Burrow looked great on Sunday. And hopefully another week and more training, and he's ready to go. And, we're back to where we were last year.
Yeah, I think the other game for Seattle's 27 points. So if you pull out the Giant game, they've given up at least 27 points in every game, which I think I've got that figured into my total on the points.
Well, Devin, the thing you just said concerns me. You said back to where we were last year. That means an offensive line that still has not gelled and playing well. And it's at some point, you've got to wonder what the hell's going on that line. I'd love to hear Jake's comments.
The offensive line?
Yeah.
I don't think it's been bad.
No, I think that they've been better. I think that they're continuing to gel every week. They have their best week. Look, we said that they were going to have their best week, and they did. Jonah Williams looks great on the right side. Like, Orlando Brown's healthy. The guys on the inside are, still working the kinks out. But this isn't going to be the unit that wins this game. It's going to be the unit that just keeps Joe Burrow upright and makes him do his thing. Like, we don't need to have the 5th best offensive line in the league, but I think that right now they've been, compared to, because offensive line metrics are so high variance and volatile. They tell a lot of different things. Some metrics that kind of value the The run blocking, don't think that we've done a great job because they haven't. Some metrics that, value winning blocks and winning your sets has us top half the league, which is kind of right where we want to be at.
Yeah,
And everybody's healthy.
Jonah ranked out, I think, 4th last
Go
week
on.
at tackle. So
that was always, we talked about that being a potentially great fit for us, whether he likes moving over there or not. It's the right place for him. I mean, he's obviously showing it too now.
And the other thing to keep in mind, the first couple of weeks, Joe Burrow couldn't move.
Right.
Any slight on the offensive line for getting to Burrow in the first 3 weeks, a lot of that can be attributed to the fact that Burrow couldn't get out of the pocket. And if you're just looking at sacks allowed, the Bengals are not up there, which I think is even more of a testament considering he couldn't move the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's 11 over 5 games, if I'm not mistaken, which is only 2 a game. I mean, I'd like to have none a game, but and some of those are attributed to Joe holding the ball too long.
Holding the ball.
There
That's
were
all.
For sure.
There were a couple hurries and a sack on Sunday in Arizona where I went 1, 2, 3, and I'm literally standing there up at the 40-yard line in my seat going, throw the ball. It's just you can't get rid of it. You get that clock in your head. 1, 2, you get to 3, and that ball your arm should be in motion getting rid of it. So there were just a couple of those, but he's getting better. And to Devin's point, Vrabel just sent guys. They knew Joe couldn't move. Now Joe's moving around. He showed us a scramble on Sunday, which was nice to see, and he moved around a lot. Both 2 of the T. Higgins touchdowns, he was rolling out and moving and finding T coming back across the end zone line. One going one way, one going the other. He's showing mobility. And this week in practice, they showed him throwing off of 1 foot, doing different drills where throwing on the run. So I think we're seeing this week to week improvement, and we'll get a bye week after this. So
Mark, I could be wrong, and I did have a few cocktails before the game. T didn't play on Sunday, did he?
I think you meant Jamar.
Jamar. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I had no cocktails at the game.
I saw Heath's face spinning, and I was waiting for Mark to finish because I knew Heath was
I'm still drinking coffee. I haven't even finished my first cup. So I worked till 10 o'clock last night doing tax work.
One of the things I did notice on Sunday that really concerned me, and it's been a problem all year long, and I'd love to hear your comments on it. Our defensive line from the running side of our run defense has not been good, and I don't see any improvement. Connor gashed us until he got hurt.
Right. Even the other guy, I'm not going to mispronounce his name for everybody. He was a big waiver wire pickup this week, but he had success and had the touchdown. Our pass defense has done very well. Our run defense is not. I think we're in the top 10 in pass defense, and I think we're one of the lowest teams, probably in the high 20s or 30s. I don't know. Jake can tell us what the stats are, but our run defense has not been good.
We're doing
I've said it I've said it every year for the last 4 years. They need a 3 technique on the line, and they haven't done it yet. They've survived for the last couple of years during this stretch of really good play with BJ Hill and DJ Reader and not much depth behind them. That's not how you form a good run defense. BJ Hill's having his worst season as a Bengal in terms of run defense. So is Sam Hubbard, even though Sam Hubbard's still obviously really good. He's one of the best in the league at it, but he's having his worst year as the last couple of years on the run defense side. DJ Reader only has 5 run stops through 4 games. That's not going to do it. I know he's playing less snaps, but that's not going to do it. They're not deep at that spot. Like Seahawks go 8 deep up front. We don't. Right. Ravens go 7 deep. Steelers go 8 deep. They have the 2 best pass rushers in the division right now, in Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. We don't do that. We don't have that.
They've been a formidable pass rush.
And that's not disrespect to Trey Hendrickson, but Alex Highsmith literally has like 32 pressures through 5 games. It's ridiculous.
Right. What's that?
Jake, let me on that note. Sorry, Mark. Murphy's been getting a lot more snaps, starting to see positive plays. How is he against the run, or is he a pure Hendrickson type pass rusher?
He hasn't really gotten involved in the run based on some grades and stuff. He just hasn't had enough snaps in non-passing downs, but he has 3 pressures in 33 snaps and a 60 pass rush grade. So as a rookie, that's fine.
Right.
That works.
Well, injury report. Obviously Higgins is on there. Obviously Awuzie is on there. Those are probably our 2 biggest concerns. Anybody else of note? I didn't look at the injury report this morning.
ADG
Higgins being
Sorry, Jake.
Higgins being limited seems like a big deal because he didn't practice at all last week and still almost gave it a go. Now, I don't know if that was just coach speak saying T is a super tough guy, he's going to try to play, or if he was just never going to play anyways, but he didn't practice at all last week. Being limited on Wednesday sets up a potential path to be activated by 1 p.m. on Sunday.
What about Awuzie?
Awuzie did not practice.
Right. Chances
Yesterday.
are with the bye week coming up, if there's any doubt and they're on the fence, they're going to hold them out because they get an extra week rest. So,
hey, but let's talk about a positive. You didn't even miss T. Higgins, as hard as that is to say. Irwin stepped up and played an absolutely amazing game for us.
yeah, he got a game ball.
Irwin was great.
I'm not suggesting I'm trying to put Irwin into T. Higgins' world, though. But we didn't seem to miss that spot. Plus, if you didn't have, you didn't have to fight T fighting Chase down the field either. I mean, you got 3 levels there with Irwin, Boyd, and Chase.
Well, and add to that we've transitioned. Great, thank you for getting us over to the positive. Add to that, the Seahawks secondary is vulnerable. I mean, they've given up points, so it's a vulnerable secondary. We could take advantage of it with Burrow moving and the passing game coming alive. They're not going to be able to do what the Titans and the Browns did to us.
Yeah, it's kind of it's good to have just a general idea of some of these black and white stats. Yards per attempt. Seahawks have the best run defense in the league in terms of yards per attempt. They're averaging 3.2 yards to carry. So Mixon had 90 rushing yards last week against a bad Cardinals run defense. So they're probably going to turn us into pretty one-dimensional pretty early. They have 3 outstanding run defenders: Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks, and Jerron Reed, and Uchenna. Well, actually 4 with Nwosu too. So 3 linebackers and an edge defender. So they're fantastic up front. They go 7 or 8 deep in that unit, but they are down to second string corners. Artie Burns, Kobe Bryant probably aren't going to play. So, yes, Witherspoon's been fantastic, but that's about it. I he's probably going to go 1-1 with Jamar. So if T plays, probably a big T game.
Witherspoon, I think he's a great acquisition. He had the breakout game against the Giants, but once again, you take that game out of his stats, he really was kind of quiet,
and Woolen,
the season.
Woolen's the other guy. He was a day 3 pick last year, was up there for defensive rookie of the year. He's not had a great season, so a little bit regression from him, averaging 10 yards a reception against in coverage. So he hasn't been necessarily good, but Witherspoon's been fantastic.
No, well, I really, like I said, we're returning home. We're playing good ball. Like I said, this team's vulnerable to the pass. I think all that plays into our hands this week. I think, this game looks a lot better than it did prior to the Arizona game. So, which I was, we didn't know where Joe was.
Especially with Seattle coming off their Monday night game. We were scared to death of this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think we can. This is a game we can win, and it's our home game going into the bye. 3-3. I think all these players know that. So, let's get into. We want to go some of our predictions here. Anybody? I'll jump in. You want me to go first?
Go for it.
All right, I've got us a 30-23. I think we're going to score some points here. So, I've got us for 3 touchdowns, 3 field goals. That's what I'm putting us down for. 30 points. It's exactly what they've given up, in 2 or 3 of their games. They're over 27 if you pull out the Giants games. I think we're going to be able to, Geno Smith, if we can get a good pass rush on him, he makes mistakes. You can force Geno into some pretty bad decisions when he's trying to extend the play, whether it be fumbling it, because he's, not protecting the ball, or just throwing a poor ball under pressure. I think we force Geno into a couple of mistakes, and I think we win this game. And I think that's a late score to make it 23. I think we get jump out in front early on this game. So I feel good about this game. Surprisingly, because 2 weeks ago, if you had asked me that, I would have said, hopefully we win a late one. But I think we take this game. What are your thoughts on that?
I like it. I'll jump in. I never believe it's as easy as that, because it usually isn't with Bengals fans.
I agree.
In Bengals world, I've got a similar type game. I think it's a back and forth great game. I've got us winning 31-27 in a tight game the whole way. And one thing I got to add, I know I'm out of turn here. I got to update because I put it out there several times. I think going back to last year when I started falling in like with Cam Taylor-Britt, he got his pick six. I know I sent it in our text to you guys. The jersey has been ordered. I'm going to leave you in suspense.
There you go.
What color I went with, but it has been ordered. I said as soon as he got his first pick six, I was ordering it, and I have.
That was just a great moment. That turned the game.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Right before half. Turn the game.
After the goal line stand.
Yeah.
You know, and that was something I didn't have a problem with that call. Mark, I looked at Mark and I'm like, all right, so we give him the ball on the half-yard line. I that's the one place where I thought that it was nice to see what the defense stepped it up and did. I was not expecting a pick six, but took it.
No, that was what a great way to go into half, huh? So, all right, Jake, Keith, let's hear some scores.
Heath,
Yeah,
you go first.
I'm not. I don't. I never. You know me. I never do a prediction. I don't watch the game closely enough before the.
All right.
Before the game kicks off.
I will make my prediction and then I'll give out my 2 college football bets. What are we on this 4-1? Should it be 5-0? Yeah, should be 5-0, but we're 4-1.
That's why it's called gambling, Jake.
So
yeah,
if it was easy, they call it easy.
I think that the Seahawks get ahead in this one early. I think they're going to run the ball early, score probably 2 times in a row. So I think they go up like 10-0 and the Bengals come back. I have Bengals 27-22 and a weird 22 Seahawks get a 2-point conversion or something. So 27-22 Bengals. For people looking to bet the Bengals, make sure you get 2.5. I've seen it flunker between 3.5, 3 and 2.5. I think it's down to 2.5 now. So make sure you get 2.5 if you want to bet the Bengals. I know I am. I just locked them in my contest 2.5 this morning. So I'll be riding with that. All right. College football week 6, 7? No way, we're already in week 7 of college football.
Yeah, teams are 6-0.
Oh my
God.
Oh my God. It's nuts. All right. College football week 7. First bet, approaching game of the year status for me. Notre Dame -2.5. Sorry, Mark. I've been waiting for this spot for like 5 months. I knew this. I was going to make this exact bet in May and June and July, and nothing I have seen from USC makes me feel the other way. Like, I know, like, point blank, estimate is going to run all over them, but I just think it's such a good spot for Notre Dame at home off of a USC team that is literally just JV.
Oh, like I said.
So I think anything under 3 here, like if you want my full explanation, tune into the BR betting show on Saturday morning on the app. I'll be on there. But yeah, Notre Dame -2.5. And then we're going with
get out there at 2.5, Jake. Can you get it at 2.5? I've seen a lot of 3s.
I think it's 3 now, but I can't call it my game of the year and not tell people not to take it at 3. So I yeah. And then South Carolina -2.5 at home against the Florida Gators. Florida came through for me on this show against Tennessee.
Yes, they did.
South Carolina has played the hardest schedule in the country through 6 weeks. Their losses have come against teams with a combined 12-1 record. It's been pretty well. Florida's played a hard schedule too, but I think going on the road in this spot, South Carolina, all those games for South Carolina were on the road. Now they go back home, can run the ball on Florida. They're going to be able to pass the ball against Florida. I don't think Florida has enough in this game. Again, full explanation will be on the BR betting show on Saturday. But yeah, South Carolina -2.5, Notre Dame -2.5. Let's redeem ourselves and go 2-0 this week.
Listen. We should have won Mizzou last week.
No dogs this week. No dogs. If you want a dog, that's disgusting. I'll give out A&M as a dog. These are not official. These are not official. A&M, and then if you want to get really gross, Pitt at home against Louisville +8.
No. I love the South Carolina pick. I'm going to be on it for sure. The SC one, I actually agree with you. I told Keith we're going to be in the Raisin Bowl with this defense. I don't know. It's just hanging around in the top 10, but it's just I'm a realist, and the defense isn't fixed. So
they've been asking to lose.
SC's a fun team to watch, but the fact that they barely beat Arizona. Yeah, I probably won't bet it because I don't want to root for I don't want to root for SC to lose, but I'm not going to bet SC. I haven't bet SC all year because I don't trust us.
Yeah, one more thing, Mark. You mentioned about Pete Carroll off a bye. Little note here: Geno Smith is one of 4 quarterbacks in the last 20 years to be winless straight up off a bye. Trubisky's 0-4. Him, Byron Leftwich, and Justin Fields are 0-3 the last 20 years. So there's only 4 of them. Pete Carroll is 9-8 straight up off a bye, 7-9-1 against the spread.
You know what? I didn't know that stat on Pete Carroll. The Geno Smith doesn't surprise me, but Pete Carroll is not Andy Reid coming out of a bye week.
Yep,
So
he went 9-5. He went 9-5 with Russell Wilson off a bye, and he's 0-3 without him off a bye.
Okay. All right. So
one other note, since we're on picks, the Bengals Seahawks over under is only 45. If the three
I like that
anything, it sounds like it's an easy over, but that's trusting the 3 of us.
Right. No, I actually like I love the over. I'm probably going to work out, one of those Bengals and the over and tease them both. Do one of my 2-teamers. I think I like that. The Bengals +4 and the under 38.
I love watching Jake's face every time you use the word tease.
No, I love that. No. So, hey.
I've been watching Jake's face since he was a baby, and every time he saw the word tease, his brother teased him. I saw that face. I've seen it again now with Mark on this show.
So it's I'm telling you, I believe in manipulating the odds. There are a lot of I'm a money line guy. So like if I was going to bet Notre Dame,
you're not manipulating the odds. You're laying -320 on each bet.
No, not 320. Not if you're talking 2.5 points. Take the points out of money.
It's a parlay. A teaser is a 2-way parlay with 2 bets at -310.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying I like to change the points. I like to either.
I get that, but you're not manipulating the odds. You're manipulating the line.
I'm manipulating the line. That's what I meant. Yes. So I like
paying more to do it.
There are many paths up the mountain, not just one. So just like the stock market, you bet what you're comfortable doing, and I've done very, very well with people's and money lines. So love to parlay lots of money lines. So if I was willing to bet on Notre Dame, which I'm not, just because I don't want to root for that, I would money line the South Carolina and the Notre Dame game, and just take the points out. So you don't, if it's a 1-point game, you don't get hosed. That's all.
Well, that I don't disagree with. That's a whole
money line.
I'll
do 3 or 4 money lines. I love money lines. So, all right. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. It's all we ask. This is a show by fans for fans. Hit the subscribe button and please give us a thumbs up on the YouTube analytics. Really appreciate it. Jake, remind them where they can find your full gambling show. It's coming out Saturday morning, right? Remind them where they can find all that.
So yeah, Jake Circus Podcast, Spotify and YouTube. That the gambling show will be out tomorrow, Friday morning, afternoon, and then hit up the Bleacher Report app. I'll be doing a show on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, going over the full college football slate. So yeah,
excellent.
Happy to be with the BR guys this season.
By the way, real quick, just to interrupt, it was very cool sitting there at halftime and having a gentleman come up to us and tell us that he watches the show and noticed Mark right away.
Yeah, I had 4 or 5 people. I had a couple people take selfies with me. So I was like, it's the same thing happened at the Raider game last year. Half a dozen people or so, said, "Hey, Bengal guy, there he is." So love it. Love all you guys. Love all the support. So thank you for all the longtime viewers that go back to the other channel. But Heath and I will be here for a recap. Devin, Jake, you guys going to be available for the recap Sunday?
Should be. Yeah,
if we win.
Morning game, right?
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Yeah. So right after the show, we do our recap. So before anything else is out, we're out there with our show. So definitely tune in for that. That's the reason to hit the bell to get the alerts. Let's go into this by 3-3 and win this game Sunday, guys. Come on, give me a big hooday. We need this win. Hooday!
Hooday!
Take care.